On 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. Jonathan Dent filling in for Terry Henne on this Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. I hope you're having a good day wherever you might be. Terry's out for today. He will be back in the studio tomorrow, but in the meantime, we'll take a look at some of the markets, some of the weather, and a few other things here on the Farm Show. Over the weekend, pretty nice weekend. We had some cooler temperatures. We're looking at a cooler week than what we saw last week here. Maybe a little bit more precipitation as well. We saw that over the weekend beginning anyway. Saturday was our warmest day over that time. 78 was our high in the afternoon. Really a very nice day on Sunday as well. 73 degrees for a high. Some clouds and a couple showers scattered around the region, especially moving in overnight and to start off our Monday. That helped cool things down a little bit for Memorial Day. It was threatening to rain pretty much the entire time with those overcast skies, and we did see a few scattered showers around the region. 65 was our high for yesterday. With all that precipitation out at the airport, they recorded 0.2 of an inch in the rain gauge. Not much in terms of anything that was too substantial, though, for Memorial Day. It might have felt a little bit warmer yesterday than that 65 because of the humidity that we saw. Clouds continued throughout overnight. A couple of showers as well. 56 was our low. We still got a couple clouds sticking around. They were more prevalent this morning, and we do expect to see a return of those scattered showers and possibly even some thunderstorm activity, though mostly scattered showers throughout the afternoon. Right now, we're looking at 65 out at the airport. Downtown Midland's looking at 68 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Here at Radio Center, 66 degrees. I'm looking out the window. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple clouds, so we'll call it mostly sunny. Right now, we've got wind coming out of the west at 13 miles per hour, and our humidity has dropped from what we saw over the weekend. We're at 67% right now, relative humidity. As I said, we're looking at some cloudy skies a little bit moving in throughout the day, perhaps some showers or storms this afternoon. Nothing super organized in terms of systems moving through today. We're looking to get up to around 73 degrees for a high. The bulk of that precipitation is expected to come mid to late afternoon, but not really expecting a ton of accumulation, but it'll be pretty breezy. We've got those winds coming out of the west that I mentioned. Right now, 13 miles per hour. They'll range up to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 30. Tonight, we still see a chance for some shower or storm activity, a low down in the 50s, 53 for a low overnight tonight. Our winds shift to be a little bit more northerly. That'll help to cool things down. They lighten up a little bit as well. Showers sticking around through tomorrow morning, should clear up by midday. It will be a bit cooler as our winds continue to blow north-northeast 5 to 15 miles per hour, only up around 65 degrees for a high tomorrow. With those clouds clearing off in the afternoon and evening hours, 40 degrees or 43 degrees. Nope. Let me rephrase. With those clouds coming through at upper 40s tomorrow night. We're not quite dropping into the lower 40s yet, but we will see that before we end the week. We'll start warming up a little bit for the tail end of the work week. Thursday, sunny skies, highs in the upper 60s, close to 70, and then Thursday night, we drop down to the low to mid 40 degree range overnight. A few more clouds coming in Friday, and we'll climb back up into the 70s, and that'll start us off on a weekend warm-up, which will see us get up to 80 degrees by Sunday. We are expecting some thunderstorms to start out next week. Nothing too final on that. We'll keep our eye on that as those temperatures continue to warm back up as well. Our long-range outlook takes us almost halfway into June. We're slightly above our average temperature and near normal precipitation. For the year right now, we're about 2 inches behind our average rainfall, so we will be looking forward to getting a little bit of precipitation as we move on into the month of June. Average high on this date, 73 degrees. We should be getting pretty close to that, if not hitting it right on. Our average low, 52. Our record high on this date was set in 1931 and tied in 1977. That was 92 degrees on May the 28th. And then our record low set in 1949, 32 degrees. I can't imagine getting down to freezing at the end of May, but that was set in 1949, as I said. Sun will set this evening at 9:08, rise tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock sharp. We'll have more on that weather forecast as we move through this broadcast. But when we come back, we're going to be talking with Abby Terwilliger with the Andersons. She'll start us off on our market report today. Then we'll talk with Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead. But first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today.
Let's start off our market report for this Tuesday morning with Abby Terwilliger at the Andersons. Abby, I understand markets were closed yesterday for the holiday. Is that correct?
That is correct. They opened late last night, but
okay.
the day trade was closed.
And we're starting off a little bit shaky this week, I can see.
Yeah, actually. So overnight, wheat had quite the rally. It was up to... Futures were up to either 720 or 725. It was up quite a ways. Then we've pretty much lost all of that already. I think overnight it just went up due to Russia they said 3.7 to 4.9 million acres could be damaged due to the weather that they had.
Wow.
But then to kind of counteract that, Argentina is yielding 41% more than they were last year for their wheat. So I think that kind of evened it out real quick.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. I'm seeing some big red numbers on soybeans.
Yes. So soybean meal is lower today. I think that's kind of helping. We reached highs last week for like the high for the whole year. So I think it's kind of giving a little bit of that back. South America's in harvest, and that's going pretty well. And the weather-wise, soybeans, we still have a little time before soybeans have to be in the ground, so there's not the pressure from that yet. Now, corn, on the other hand, not really sure why. It's only down 2.5, so it's not like it's down crazy. It's not moving a whole lot, but the weather doesn't seem to be a huge factor into that market yet. You would think, it's getting time where you want that corn in the ground. So
what do you got on the board right now?
On the board right now, old crop corn is $3.96, new crop $4.20, old crop soybeans $11.89, new crop $11.42, red wheat old crop $6.03, new crop $6.33, white wheat old crop $6.68, and new crop $6.88.
Anything we're looking forward to in terms of reports or new information coming out in the next week or so?
The crop progress report, because it was a holiday yesterday, that is coming out this afternoon. Other than that, nothing I can think of right offhand.
All right. We'll keep our eyes out for that. Abby, thank you so much. You have a good day.
You too.
Abby Terwilliger with the Andersons. We'll head on over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. Our market report today brought to you by Thumb Bank and Trust, making agricultural loans since 1895. Farming today continues to offer challenges that are very demanding. Thumb Bank and Trust helps you stay up to date on industry trends and the trends of your operation. Thumb Bank and Trust, now serving you with locations throughout the Thumb and in the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. Market report also presented by Schaefer and Beerline. The spring Ram commercial truck season is going on now at Schaefer and Beerline Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Frankenmuth. If you're in the market for a new Ram commercial truck or a Ram heavy-duty truck and you want to buy with confidence from a Business Link dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, it's time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Over to Oppenheimer we go, and we say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, how are we doing today?
Well, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Saudis got together this week, or getting together this week. They're going to talk up the price of crude oil, so that's got it going up about $1.90 right now. So that's I suppose they want to get us one more time to get a high price on the fill up before the week settles in. So
I thought that was just for Memorial Day weekend. I thought once we got the travel out of the way,
we want to get Tuesday and Wednesday also. Us stragglers that didn't get around to filling up, on the way home yesterday. Golly, I don't know. So that's going on. T-Mobile is buying U.S. Cellular. That's kind of interesting, and some Spectrum assets, about 30% of Spectrum. It's a $4.5 billion deal, and I always look at that with a little sideways glance, knowing, they say they're not going to raise rates on this cell phone business, but we've been through this so many times before. So expect your rates on your mobile phone to go higher. That's not great. Here's some interesting news. China has a stem cell cure for type 1 diabetes. That's kind of interesting. That's a big deal. There's a lot of money spent on type 1 diabetes and also type 2 diabetes. So if we can get that here in the next 20 years or so, when the FDA finally gets around to approving something that's good for us, it could be interesting. Here's something you'll like. The world debt is at $315 trillion right now.
Who is
global GDP?
Who is the world in debt to?
Well, you.
Oh.
I guess the U.S. taxpayer, maybe. I don't know. But global GDP is 109.5 trillion. So that kind of makes you wonder, how are we going to pay this off? But I guess we don't have to. Apparently, it's just something that just rolls over. I don't know. All right. Anyway, enough of the funny stuff. Let's get over to the numbers. The July corn is 462, down 2 3/4. December corn 485 1/4, down 3. July soybeans 1229 1/4, down 18 3/4. November soybeans 1207 3/4, down 11 3/4. July wheat $7 3/4 of a penny, up 3.5, and December wheat is 742 1/4, up 3. Crude oil, $79.61, up $1.89. Heating oil is $244.86, up 5.8 cents. Gasoline, $251.04, that's up 4 cents. Probably should put us at $3.15, but we know it's not. Natural gas is $2.77 1/4, that is unchanged. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3634 Canadian, that's unchanged. The dollar buys 156.92 yen, that's up 6 ticks. The euro's at 108.74, up 16 ticks. The dollar's at 104.44, down 14 ticks. Gold is at 23.60.20, up 25.70 an ounce. Silver's 32, up $1.65. That's a big jump. Platinum's at 1,070.40, up 32, and copper's 484. That's up 8.8 cents.
All right, Doug. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Keep on keeping on.
Okay.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk with Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning up the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden. but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
If you ever wondered how the Farm Mall got its name, well, here's an abbreviated list of some of the jobs that the Case IH Farm Mall can do for you. Baling, feeding, loading, raking, fertilizing, chopping, seeding, clearing, irrigating, cultivating, hitching, digging, emergency towing, harrowing, hoisting, leading parades, excavating. You kind of get the idea. Case IH Farm Mall tractors range from 35 to 140 horsepower, and at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, they know that getting the job done right starts with choosing the right farm mall. That's why they carry a wide range of Case IH Compact Farm Mall Series tractors, so you'll find the right fit for your operation. From the Value Pack Compact Farm Mall A Series to the Deluxe Compact Farm Mall C and C Series with cabs. So let's make it simple. This tractor does it all. So no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red. Farm Mall. Learn more at caseih.com or Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Farm Service is being brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. Getting ready for the planting season next year? It's not too early. All you got to do is give certified crop advisor Vic Hupfer a call at Freeland Bean and Grain. He's got the answers to any questions you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain. Since 1983, where serving you is their business.
And let's head on over to Bay Landscaping Garden Center now, where we find Jerry Samolsky. Jerry, I'm a new homeowner, and I have a rather large lawn that I got to take care of. And man, the grass is growing fast, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with that. Why is that?
So, Jonathan, what happens is all the grasses we grow in turf grass in this part of the country are all cool season grasses. So that means it likes cooler temperatures to grow. Now, we get that both in the spring and in the fall, but what happens is during the summer, no matter what you do to your turf, no matter how you water it or how you fertilize it or how you mow it, the grass roots recede and get shorter in heat. So right now they had all last fall, they were going deep. This spring, they're still growing deep, and they're producing so much top growth. So what will happen is as soil temperatures get high, those grass roots are going to start receding, and you're not going to cut as much grass, even if you're watering and fertilizing. So the best thing to do to keep the grass cool is to mow it long. And if you mow it long, that will shade the soil and keep the roots cooler and keep a healthier, more durable grass. So it just has to do with the biology of the plant, and that's one of the things we need to understand, and that's why we preach, leave your grass as long as you can stand it. And 3 inches, I would say minimum, and it'll be less fertilizer, less maintenance, less weeds, and actually less mowing.
Hey, less mowing sounds good to me. Jerry, thank you very much. You have a good one.
All right, Jonathan, and then you won't have to bale all that stuff either.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
Keep her long.
All right. Jerry Samolsky with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. We head over to the Rummel Insurance Agency now. That's where we find Craig Voorhees. Craig, summer has officially started now that we've gotten past Memorial Day. I know summer, like the season hasn't, but the way we think about it, it definitely has. With that comes swimming, ponds, pools, and the like. How do we keep people safe around those, and what are some of the insurance implications there?
Right, Jonathan. My guess is a lot of those ponds got open over the weekend. Yesterday's weather wasn't that great, but before was good. So, yeah, you want to make sure you've got locked gates on any decks or fencing around the pool. Make sure you've got life rings in proper places. The rescue poles, and make sure you teach the folks that are going to be using the pools and ponds how to use those equipment. It kind of seems like common sense, but it's always a good refresher to go over that. and maybe even review some videos online about water rescue procedures and even some CPR training if you want to get into that. And of course, always keep the kids supervised. Those little ones, man, they're fast and they can get in trouble so quick, and we hate to see that happen.
Absolutely. Good preparation, always a part of that. Craig, thank you very much. You have a good day.
Thanks, Jonathan. You too.
Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Insurance Agency. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on in New York.
Check out the all-new LS-MT2 Series compact tractors at Nagy's Tractor Sales in Omer. The new and improved MT2 features 25 to 42.5 horsepower engine, hydrostat or shuttle transmission, and four-wheel drive. They have an all-new hood design with larger grille for better cooling, larger tires for improved traction, new LCD dash to give you more information on when service is due, LED headlamps, and larger upgraded platform area to give you ample legroom. The all-new Quick-Tack loader has a lift capacity up to 2,500 pounds, and the Quick-Tack bucket makes it a snap to switch to bucket or grapple. Nagy's has all the new MT2s in stock, including cab and platform, premium and economy models. The LS MT2 premium cab models features heat and air conditioning, premium suspension seat with armrests, remote hydraulics, third function joystick for grapple operation, and much more. For a limited time at Nagy's, take advantage of 0% financing on all MT2 series tractors up to 96 months. See dealer for details. Stop into Nagy's Tractor Sales just south of Omer today and check out your new LS MT2 series tractor or visit Nagy'sTractor.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soybeans, processing the local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today.
Time to take a look at what's going on in New York. We say good morning to Teresa DeBoe from Baird & Company. Teresa, how are we doing today?
We're a little bit of a mixed market today with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 153 points at 38,915, 277 million shares traded. The NASDAQ is up 89 points at 17,010 with 450 million shares traded. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 348.03, down 87, Deere 370.80, down 416, CMS Energy 61.38, down a nickel. Dow at 58.31, up 55. DuPont 81.89, up 77. Corteva 55.50, down a penny. General Motors 43.32, down 79. Trinzio 357, up 24. Walmart 65.11, down 27. Huntington Bank at 13.82, up 8. Independent Bank 25.36, down 3, and AT&T at 17.32, down 17.
All right, Teresa, thank you very much. You have a good day.
You as well. Take care.
All right, we'll be right back.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors made easy. So simple. All you have to do is call 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Remember, they share your enthusiasm for your antique machine, and they know that you want to keep it running. That's why they take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts, because they understand your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Want to make that unit look really sharp this coming summer? Show it off a little bit at the shows? You can do that. Steiner Tractor. For more information, go to steinertractor.com.
Real quick, 73 our high for today. We're looking at a chance for some scattered shower or storm activity this afternoon and moving into this evening, but a cooler work week in store before we warm up over the weekend. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend Dog Food.
I'm Steve Kathan. Closing arguments at the Donald Trump criminal trial. CBS's Matt Piper is in New York.
His attorney, Todd Blanche, has made a few key arguments to the jury of 12. He tells them to not trust former Trump fixer Michael Cohen, who he says was being paid for work he was actually doing as Trump's attorney. Blanche calls the trial a basic bookkeeping dispute turned criminal case, saying it's all about accounting. 3 of Trump's children are seated inside the courtroom looking on.
Outside court, there are Trump supporters, and the Biden campaign sent its own forces, notably Oscar-winning actor and longtime Trump critic Robert De Niro.
Somehow he even got self-styled patriots to support a man who called for terminating the Constitution, and on January 6th rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake.
The judge overseeing Trump's classified documents case in Florida has denied a prosecution request to bar Trump from making public statements that could endanger law enforcement agents participating in the prosecution. Israel's prime minister called it a tragic mishap, the deadly military attack that triggered a fire at a tent camp in Rafah. Now, as CBS's Cammie McCormick reports, there's new comment.
Israeli military spokesman Daniel Hagari insisted the munitions Israel used could not have ignited the fire.
We used the smallest munition that our jet fighters can use. And it's also a very accurate munition.
He said the Israeli military is investigating whether weapons stored nearby may have touched off the blaze.
On the Climate Watch today, CBS's Jim Krasula has more on a new report that focuses on extremes.
Climate change added a month's worth of extremely hot days over the past year. That's according to new research from a team of climate experts. The past 12 months have been the planet's hottest ever measured, and the burning of fossil fuels, which has added huge amounts of heat-trapping gases to the atmosphere, is a major reason.
T-Mobile is buying U.S. Cellular's wireless operations and some spectrum assets in a deal valued at more than $4 billion. An apology emerges today from the Vatican as we hear from CBS's Vicky Barker.
Italian media have reported Pope Francis used an off-color derogatory term about gay men in a supposedly private meeting with Italian bishops last week. Now the Vatican says the pontiff never intended to use a homophobic term and that he apologizes to anyone who was offended.
A private report says consumer confidence rose in May following 3 straight months of declines. Wall Street, the Dow is lower, NASDAQ is higher. This is CBS News.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is freeze-dried dog food. Save up to 54% off your first order, plus a free pack of their best-selling beef liver dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/dogs.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Partly cloudy skies and 68 degrees at 12:03. Good afternoon. I'm Mike Perchup. A Clare County man is being treated in a Saginaw hospital for injuries suffered in a crash in Isabella County last Thursday. Police say the 26-year-old Farwell man was riding a 2015 Yamaha motorcycle on Coleman Road near the intersection of Fordyce Road and Gilmore Township around 9:45 a.m. when he crashed into a semi-truck driven by a 64-year-old Vestaburg man. Police say the rider was traveling at a high rate of speed and was unable to slow down after coming over the hill where the 2007 Freightliner pulled into his path. Police say the man skidded directly into the truck. He was airlifted to Ascension St. Mary's Hospital by helicopter with life-threatening injuries. His condition is currently unknown. Charges could come today against the man accused of shooting his own brother. On Sunday, Farmington Hills police arrested a 30-year-old man after he was on the run for nearly 24 hours. He's accused of shooting his 28-year-old brother. Investigators say the incident happened Saturday when the two brothers got into an argument. Their mother called police after she heard gunshots. The 28-year-old man was pronounced dead at a hospital with a gunshot wound to his chest. Getting active and staying active will help you live longer, though you may not have to do as much as you once thought. The director of preventative cardiology and cardiac rehab at Corewell Health Beaumont, Dr. Barry Franklin, says the rules are changing.
in reality, we used to say 10,000 steps is traditionally recommended. 3 new studies have shown if you ain't doing anything and you begin to do some physical activity, you're going to get benefit with 2,500 to 4,000 steps per day. And the latest study suggests you get near maximum benefit with 7,000 to 8,000 steps per day.
Franklin, addressing the American College of Sports Medicine conference in Boston, says you'll also benefit from 1-minute bouts of exercise, climbing the stairs, and walking 3 miles per hour. WSGW News Time 12:05 now for today's weather forecast. Chance of afternoon showers and storms today with a high of 70 degrees and spotty showers this evening with a low of 51. Becoming sunny tomorrow with a high of 65 and sunny skies again on Thursday with a high of 67 degrees. This is WSGW, your connection to the Great Lakes Bay region, your connection to the world.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Thank you very much for being here. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay, so the Trump trial. Closing arguments today.
Oh, yeah. Closing arguments in Trump's criminal trial in Manhattan are underway. And the Biden-Harris campaign did a press conference outside of the courthouse. Remember when a bunch of liberal media types were freaking out because, I don't know, the Speaker of the House showed up to show support for the president, who is under unprecedented scrutiny by the legal system and the left? And that was...
What is this?
Well, this is the Biden-Harris campaign featuring one Robert De Niro for some reason.
Oh, no. De Niro?
Yeah.
Didn't he spend all his time on The View? Didn't he embarrass himself enough there? Now he's out to do it again? Okay, roll it.
Under Trump, this kind of government will perish from the earth.
What?
I don't mean to scare you. No, wait. Maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted.
What freedoms and how?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's never explained.
No, it never is.
And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that.
What?
He will never leave.
Based on what? Again, based on what?
Because he said he was going to be a dictator on day one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out. That's the way the left is trying to scare people.
Well, this is all they've got, man. Everybody's doing it now. Everybody's in. That's the message. The message isn't about how great things are or how great things are going to be. There's no vision there. It's all about scaring people into voting for Joe Biden over Donald Trump because the end of democracy counts on it.
And the end of democracy in their terms means he just will never leave office.
Right. And life as we know it will be over. And if you don't disagree with him, he'll jail you or, export you or whatever.
Okay. So we got to scare people because it's obvious.
That's all you got.
And you see it from the polling that if we keep going on the track we're going downhill fast.
Yes.
And the thing's going to blow up.
And they're freaking out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
You notice nobody talks about Bidenomics much anymore.
No.
It just kind of went by the wayside. Now it's the end of democracy.
Or tough on immigration.
That's not there either. None of that exists.
I mean, listen, we wanted to do this, but the Republicans, they kept standing in the way. We had a bill. They stopped with all of that because people saw right through it. Yeah. It's what it looks like right now. Okay. Well, Donald Trump was out campaigning over the weekend.
Yeah. He went to the Libertarian National Convention, which, I mean, honestly, it takes guts to do it because, the Libertarians, at least the people who show up there, don't like Donald Trump. They don't like anybody. They don't even like themselves. People who are there. But
yes, I think he's the first person to ever do this.
Yeah. He went to the convention and got booed But he had a good line for the people booing him when he said, "Hey, you need to nominate me or at least vote for me."
This is pretty good.
You know, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's maybe you want to win a little. Yeah, you would vote maybe a little bit different. Yeah, that was a pretty funny line from Trump. So that was going on the weekend. Rashida Tlaib, she was busy over Memorial Day weekend, speaking at a terrorist conference.
Yeah, that's actually not even reaching. That's what she was doing. Democrat Representative Rashida Tlaib spoke at a terrorist convention. It was the People's Conference for Palestine, funded by the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. This is a group based out of Syria. It is designated as a terrorist organization. And
it's not even pretending anymore.
Here's part of what she said.
Okay.
I don't need to tell you that you're on the right side. I don't need to. But I'll be damned if I wait 10 years before they apologize to all of you for doing what was right at this moment. But we're not going to forget in November, are we?
What are you going to do in November?
I don't know. I was just going to
vote
say,
for Trump.
What did that mean?
What does that mean? Because that's been the big threat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, okay.
Oh, dude. The Democrats have a real problem with this part of the party. I mean, you're completely out of step with, I forget the percentage of Democrats. It's a large number. It's better than 50% are like, no, this is insanity.
They've hijacked the party.
Yes. Everything that we've seen with the anti-Israel, pro-Hamas protests, all of this, she's like one of the poster women for that entire movement. And yeah, Biden keeps bending the knee toward this part of the party. That is not going to help matters. You know that. Man, oh man. And then just craziness, weeping, wailing, gnashing of teeth in the streets after someone did donuts on another Pride mural.
No, it's happened again.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, Pride Month starts in a couple of days. Someone did donuts on a Pride mural. That's what they call it. It's a painting on the road. And so someone goes, and this happened in St. Pete, Florida. Mm-hmm. And a couple of times in the last week or so, someone has done burnouts and donuts on the Pride mural that's on the road. Oh, since when are murals painted on the road? One. And then anyway, so some people are just having some fun. And apparently this is terrible. Local media spoke to a bartender and another guy who's an activist about how devastating this is.
Devastating that just someone is burning rubber on this thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I was actually very shocked and devastated that this happened because...
All right, then you need to see some help.
Yeah.
If you're shocked and devastated because someone went fast and furious on the mural, listen, man, you got to expect that. That's what people are going to do.
Because they just repainted this and the city spent a lot of money into this, and especially so close to Pride, I was very upset somebody would do this.
My reaction...
Okay, so if this would be like in August, you'd be okay? Just asking.
Look, man, it would not surprise me at all. Okay, tinfoil hat this. If somebody in their own camp does this, so this type of coverage can happen.
Oh, you know what? Probably.
I mean, it would not surprise me at all if that were the case.
Yeah, it's either that or some young dudes just like, hey, double dog dare you. All right.
Dumping the clutch, revving it up. Yeah,
absolutely.
My reaction is disappointment, not surprise. I think anytime we're in a situation where we have public displays of pride, our authentic selves, people are going to have a reaction to it.
I think we all need to be careful.
Well, if there was some sort of hetero mural, people would be screaming and yelling that it's not fair and how dare you, and that's a part of white supremacy. That'd be my guess.
Plus the fact the reaction is your oxygen. The reaction is what keeps it going.
Probably.
If everybody went, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, who knows, man? Might have a point there.
I think we all need to be careful now. There's people obviously out there to get us that are a part of the LGBTQ, including myself.
They're out to get you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, it's somebody just kind of having fun. That's what I tend to think.
Yes.
That's usually what it is. It's like, oh, whatever. This is dumb. Because most people look at that and they think it's dumb. They roll their eyes. Like, oh, whatever. Okay, there's a big rainbow flag painted on the road. That's whatever. Who cares?
Well, over the last few years, people, and you see this in polling. Like, enough already. You have pride. Good for you. Just don't ram it down people's throats all over the place with every ad and this and that and whatever. Stop already.
You quit creating enemies.
Just don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because it's not this situation where it's, a group of people saying, hey, we're proud of who we are and this is what we do. It's no, you will accept us and you will celebrate us. And people are kind of like middle finger. No, not going to do it. Go pound sand, in the words of Scott Robbins.
Well, that's why I think it's just sometimes it's like they get somebody to do this.
Yeah.
And they get the video and they put it out there. And then all of a sudden it's a victimhood again. And this is the oxygen that keeps some of this stuff going.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know. I may be wrong.
Also in the news. And, we're, sort of watching, different stuff sometimes together. And I don't know why you had this reaction, Scott. But you're like, I saw this. Oh, my gosh. And it was, well, Good Morning America had it.
All aircraft on this frequency, hold position. Stop all aircraft, please.
Flights out of Chicago O'Hare coming to a halt after an engine fire on this United Airlines flight as it prepared to take off to Seattle.
We've got a fire on the airport, so all aircraft on this frequency, just hold position, please.
The Airbus A320 never taking off. All 148 passengers safely getting off the plane with no reported injury.
Okay, it didn't happen in the air. It was before they took off, but still, it was concerning to you, Scott.
Well, it's like it happens all the time. It's like every day. Doors are falling off, engine fires. I mean, what is going on, man? I mean, imagine if that were a car manufacturer and this was going on. I was driving down the interstate, the door fell off. I was driving down the interstate, the car just burst into flames. I mean, what the hell is going on?
It was several years ago, a couple decades ago, I guess, the Firestone tires thing.
Yes.
Or they're blowing out and SUVs were flipping over.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, another day.
Yeah,
another door falling off, another wheel falling off, another engine on fire. Well, okay.
Going to be flying again, and that's what you're going to say all leading up to the fight. Do you remember that, what happened? And then the door fell off?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to go. You're going to go through the whole
seriously.
thing. It'll be fine.
Yeah, did somebody check the doors and the engine to make sure it's not on fire?
Oh, one other thing real quick. You mentioned this before. You think that maybe some of the staff at Good Morning America give Michael Strahan specific lines to embarrass him in some sort of way?
Yeah.